The Women's World Cup semifinals are here. The final four teams are set. The matchups are these: Spain versus Sweden and Australia versus England. I got Chu here to talk a little bit about it, but we also have our girl Adriana Monsalve on the call. But to start, let's talk about Spain versus Sweden. Spain coming off of a victory against the Netherlands in extra time. Overall in this match, I did feel that Spain was the better team throughout. They deserved the victory with 28 total shots in comparison to the Netherlands only having 10. But two players stood out to me. Salma Paraluelo, game-winning goal. 19 years old, I think. Insane finish.
Really good finish.
Step over, juke the defender, created space, bottom corner of the net. Beautiful finish. It was amazing to see. Give Spain that 2-1 lead. And then the only other player I want to highlight is Jenny Hermoso, the talented Spaniard who plays for Pachuca right now, actually. She's such a leader for this team, man. One of the tallest players out there, but she's got that feistiness. Honestly, reminds me of like Arturo Vidal with the way that she's just unafraid of facing off against any opponent, will talk a little bit of smack with anybody, but also poses that physical threat as well. Spain overall, I think, looked really, really good. Putela's getting minutes on the ball as well. That's always good to see. And they were able to outlast this European side that I knew would give them difficulty. And I knew overall Spain would come out with the victory. So I felt good about that one, man.
Yeah, I thought Spain were the better team, but I'm not going to have too much confidence in them playing against a team like Sweden, especially because even though Netherlands didn't have nearly as many shots on target, the ones that they did have, I thought they were really wasteful.
Yeah.
As in, I thought they could have had 2, maybe even 3 goals, honestly. Spain opened up for sure, and the Netherlands just didn't have the talent to take advantage of that. Spain deserved to win, and they definitely were the better team, but when you're playing a very defensive, big team like Sweden, I don't know if you're going to find as much joy on the ball offensively for Spain. So I think it's a good result. That game against Sweden is going to be crazy. It's going to be really tough.
This Sweden team reminds me of 2014 Germany. They are surgical, man. I thought that they showed a little bit of weakness against the USA and in a sense got lucky because they kind of sat back and just let the USA come at them, tied 0-0, went to penalties and won the match. But what I saw them do against Japan,
Yeah.
incredible, man. So clinical when they had the chances, and then when it was time to sit back and let Japan come at them, they were good. They were really good about just holding them off and getting the victory and seeing the result out. Japan, man. Quick comment about them getting a penalty, missing it, and then ultimately getting that goal, but a little too late into the match where they weren't able to fully come back and tie it. Japan ends up falling short against Sweden in a game where I predicted Japan would win.
Yeah, Japan going into this game, I thought were flying so high. But kind of as you pointed out, this Swedish team is actually a lot more composed than I think that we both thought. Even though they don't play maybe the most fluid offensive type of football, they're so organized at the back that, bro, they didn't let Japan play their game ultimately.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they got the result. It's not so much that Sweden went out and dominated offensively and just pounded Japan. It's more so that they just had the better game plan and they were able to execute their strategy a lot more perfectly than Japan. Japan tried to play the way that they usually do, but they couldn't. Sweden really shut them out in that sense. I think Sweden got a little fortunate with one of the penalty calls, let's be honest, but they were still able to get a second goal. Japan just couldn't do it. And overall, Sweden-Japan, I think Sweden were the better team, even though I just wish Japan won. Yeah, I really do. I like the way that they play.
I know you're
I think
hurt.
they move the ball a lot better.
Yeah.
But Sweden really showed, I think, their defensive class. And honestly, I think the way that they approach their game, I think it's going to get them to the final. I think Sweden is going
Sweden.
I'm going Sweden against Spain.
You're going Sweden.
I really do. I don't know if I see Spain being able to break down this Swedish team, and I always think Sweden have at least one goal in them. If anything, maybe it goes to penalties, but I'm going Sweden.
Yeah, I said it before the tournament. I predicted Spain would win this World Cup, but a result like losing 4-0 to Japan, never have I seen a potential World Cup winner get smacked down like that in the process. Even Spain in 2010 lost to Switzerland in their opening game, but it was only like, 1-0 or 2-1?
It was 1-0.
One goal difference. Same with Argentina this last time around, losing to Saudi Arabia by 1 goal. Rarely do we see a smackdown like that.
Ooh.
But I'm a stubborn man, I don't know. It might be an issue. It might be a flaw. We might need to talk about that. But I'm going to stick with Spain here because I really want to see them live up to what I think they can achieve. And when it comes to these European clashes, it's different. When you see a Sweden team face off against like a CONCACAF side in USA or an Asian team in Japan, when it's European based, I think the playing field becomes so even that it's just a matter of moments and who can step up. I think Spain will get the edge here, but I want to hear what Adriana thinks about this matchup.
Spain facing Sweden. What an incredible matchup. Spain has been one of the most solid teams in the Women's World Cup. Even Andrew Jonker, the Netherlands coach, referred to the team as an excellent team. Spain are the favorites to move forward to the final against Sweden. But, yes, we have to say a big but. Sweden has been the black horse of the playoffs. Sweden has outperformed two of the toughest teams in the tournament. The favorites to win it all, the two-time world champions, the United States. And most recently, undefeated Japan in the quarterfinals. Amanda Elstead has been nothing short of a goal machine. It is the first time that the Arsenal center back have scored for a national team in her fifth major competition. She could be a game changer in the semifinals. However, Spain will be my pick. Why Spain has been so excellent? Everybody can score. Aitana Bonmati has even a key player for La Furia Roja, scoring 3 goals and 2 assists. Jenny Hermoso, Alba Redondo, both with 3 goals as well. Mariona Caldentey! I would love to see the best player in the world, Alexia Putellas, scoring at this World Cup. She's coming out of an injury and she's still adapting to the rhythm of the competition, though. But the world needs to see a great performance of the Ballon d'Or. What happened next remains to be seen, but Spain has a lot of resources. The creativity on chances and the versatility of their roster make them the team that will move on to the final. I don't think our songs will be played at the stadium at the end of the match. Sorry, Sweden.
And then the last matchup of the semifinals is Australia versus England. Bro, I was so happy that I actually got my Australia prediction right. I had them beating France in this game, again, where I thought France was the better team going in. But I said this, and you can go watch my preview of the quarterfinals. I said this. I said, if Samantha Kerr plays 60 minutes in this match, Australia will win. She played 65. Winning a massive quarterfinal game at home. Yet again, another raucous, incredible atmosphere that I love seeing when it comes to the women's game, because it's a sign of the growth that we've been seeing in this format for so long now. It's so beautiful to see. Australia is here, the fans are here, and they're going to show up yet again for this huge matchup against England.
And they're playing against an English side who knocked out, I would say, the tournament favorites as far as like a fan perspective.
Yes.
And bro, Colombia, I thought they actually played a great game.
It hurts.
And if anything, didn't deserve to lose the way that they did. The first goal that they conceded to kind of honestly turn the game, really unfortunate.
I can't, bro. I can't.
Just like, honestly, it's just one of those moments where
unfortunate, man.
You can't explain it if you ask the goalkeeper. I'm sure she'd be like, I don't know what happened. I fucked up.
Oh, dude, she hasn't slept in 4 days.
Yeah. It's like that.
No, yeah.
Like you have no explanation. It's one of the biggest mistakes in all of like women's World Cup history, probably. Yeah. It's just really, really detrimental to the way the game ended up turning out, because Colombia, even after that goal, when they tried to get back in it after going down 2-1, they were still trying to go at him, getting wide on the wings and really penetrating, but it all just got a little too desperate. World Cup quarterfinal, and you needed a lot more composure. And it doesn't help knowing that one of the goals you conceded should not have been conceded. Mm-hmm. That's always going to be in the back of your mind, especially for the goalkeeper too. It's like, it's just not going to help the mentality for the rest of the match. And I think England took advantage of that. And I honestly think that's why they were able to go through, is because Colombia got rattled mentally and they could not get back into it after that. They played a great game overall, and I just wish they could have seen this out, or maybe even go to penalties or something like that, man, because as tournament favorites, like catching the hearts of so many people this World Cup, bro, like for them to go this far, it was beautiful to see, and it just sucks knowing the way that they ended up finishing it. But props to England, because they were able to stay in the game. They got the goals that they needed. They took advantage of the situation that was in front of them. And I think rightfully so, just over the whole tournament, find themselves in a really good semifinal position, bro.
Yeah, man, I have to give credit to England because I might have came off a little anti my analysis for the quarterfinals. I said that I criticized them for not starting Chloe Kelly and instead playing Alessia Russo, but Alessia Russo got a huge goal in this game to give them the 2-1 lead. I take my words back. Yeah, I gotta give her credit for that really strong finish she had. But England deserves a lot of credit. The Euro 2021 winners are looking really confident going into the semifinal match. Man, when it comes to host nations having that momentum and that magic behind them, I always question how far can it get them? Will it actually be able to push them into a finals appearance in the Women's World Cup? Or does it end here against a really strong and sturdy English side? I'm actually very conflicted because I don't know who to truly go for. I want Australia, but going against England at this point seems very, very tough to do. But I'm a podcaster and I got to give a prediction. I want to see Australia win this, man. I really do. And I want to see them host a final in their home with a team that actually has the talent to back it up. I want Australia and I'm going Australia.
I'm going to join you, actually. I think Australia are going to be able to edge England in what will be a crazy host semi-final for Australia in Sydney. The scenes are going to be wild, bro. Absolutely wild. So good for the region. A region that honestly doesn't see a lot of football in general, that oceanic region of Australia and New Zealand. So beautiful to see. And I think it's going to put them over the edge. Go to the final, and I think they're going to play Sweden. So I have Sweden, Australia in my Women's World Cup final.
Okay. And I'm going Spain, Australia. But I want to hear, who does Adriana have winning this matchup?
On one side, we have England, the European champions, and at the other side, the co-hosts of the competition, the inspiring Australia. It won't be easy for the Lionesses get face-to-face to the Matildas. 74,000 people will be at the stadium on Wednesday, mainly Australian. The win over France on the quarterfinals attract the biggest TV audience of any team event in Australia history. England are coming out from a really tough physical match against Colombia in the quarterfinals. Their attack needs to be deeper and try to create more chances to beat the host. The Lionesses have a vast roster with a lot of experience at this stage to make it happen. The Matildas goalkeeper, Mackenzie Arnold, has been brilliant at the knockout stage, so the Lionesses might want to avoid the penalty kicks. I think the magical run for the Matildas will come to an end. My pick will be England.
Thank you, Adriana Monsalve, once again, La Monsalve, for providing us with her amazing analysis and predictions. I want to see how it goes, man. Hey, I'm the last one remaining here when it came to predicting the potential champion. So I want to see if it comes true and if I can reap the rewards of Spain potentially lifting this World Cup.
It's ending in the semis, bro. You got far.